Did you know that Scooby-Doo had an ancestor who came over on the Mayflower? You did? Oh, okay. Well, what was his name? And how about all the different monsters that you saw on the Scooby-Doo shows over the years? The different witches, the zombies, there's a seaweed monster, a mud monster, a lava monster, even vampires and space aliens and things like that. Do you know all of those? Well, you would if you had this handy-dandy little item. This came out in time for Halloween, but for the purposes of this episode of Terrific TV Toys, we'll just call this a good Christmas gift for the Scooby fan in your life. And Medusa #1 fan, I'm looking at you. You gotta put this on your wish list.
Here it is, the Scooby-Doo Encyclopedia, hot off the presses. This is an official book. This is produced by Hanna-Barbera, the makers of the original Scooby-Doo TV show, and it is very colorful and soft cover, and I would say nicely made, because even if you look at the front cover and the back cover both, look at how it's glossy in parts like where Scooby is, and then matte in others as far as cardstock finish, which is nice too. They've got that going on the back also. Very, very nice quality printing. This is from Capstone. And it's got a little bit of explanation on the back as to what you'll find in this encyclopedia. This is an encyclopedia of characters. Just so you know, it is not a guide to any of the various Scooby-Doo TV shows over the years. It includes all of them really in the continuity here, but it's basically a who's who of Scooby-Doo, which would have been a great title, actually. I totally love that. But it's all about characters. In fact, if the individual series, and there have been many of them over the years, beginning with the 1969 original series, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, there have been many, many incarnations and different directions that they've taken Scooby-Doo and the gang over the years. But if it mentions them in this book, it's only in passing. There are very few mentions of particular TV shows. It's all about the characters. So it's not an episode guide. It's not behind the scenes or anything like that. It's a guide to all of the villains and ghouls and witches and whatever that you see, the aliens and sea creatures and whatever that you see in the series, which is kind of fun. And I think this is a book that would appeal to all ages. I think this is perfectly good for kids because of the writing style. You see it's by Benjamin Bird, illustrated by Tim Levins, and you will see, if you look at the writing style and even the size of text, that kids can handle this. Certain ages of kids, this would be a good gift for them, and it definitely appeals to adult collectors like myself who love Scooby-Doo. So it's got a really wide-ranging appeal. Now, looking at what it actually contains in particular, you can see that there's an introduction. I love the screen grabs from the original series because I am a purist and I'm always partial to that original series. But it's got a sort of a key to the guide. You'll see it gives locations of some of the action and where you find these characters. It gives a little clue now and then, and that's where Velma pops in and she tells you sometimes what clue led to the bringing in of that particular bad guy. Snack time with Scooby, mentioning things to eat in the episodes. Can you know that was a key element? Scooby and Shaggy were always eating something. A joke from Shaggy perhaps now and then Daphne pops in with facts, you know, from the various storylines. So sometimes they give you a scale to how big a critter is. You can see the Mystery Machine in relation to that particular bad guy. Scooby-Doo. So starting with the main character, you've got the vital stats of Scooby-Doo, his full name, his age, his height, which is in pause, his weight, his eye color, hair color, a little bit of description, some of his elements, like the fact that he's always wearing his dog tag with SD on it. He's got his spots on his coat. And then you get into each one of the characters. It gives their age and height and weight and all of that. There's Shaggy and Daphne, Fred and Velma. Mystery Machine, a few details about that. And inside, wow. And now, granted, we did not see this a lot in the series, like especially if you look at the original 1969 series, you did not see all this stuff in the back of that van. But I love that they give you that crazy detail, too. Then Scooby's family, Scrappy-Doo, Scooby-Dum, Scooby-Dee, oh how cute. Some of these popped up in various series over the years. One thing that caught my eye yesterday when I was looking at this book, you know, it gives the age of each one. Isn't Scrappy a puppy? I mean, hasn't he always been known as a puppy? He's actually 5 human years old. Okay, what's up with that? Is he a different breed of dog or something? Here you see on Scooby's family tree, Ruby Doo is Scrappy's mom, and Ruby is Scooby's sister. So maybe she had a boyfriend that was like a different breed of dog. I don't know. How can he be 5 years old? He's, yeah. Anyways, so the answer to that question earlier, the ancestor who came over on the Mayflower was Yankee Doodle Doo. There's Great Grandpa Doo and all of these other family members. Whoopsie Doo even. There's a Doobie Doobie Doo. I don't remember seeing this one, but I've got a stuffed Doo or 2 or 3 downstairs that are named Doobie Doo, and I'm like, oh, wow, there's actually a Doobie Doobie Doo. That's so fun. Dixie Doo, Scooby-Dum, Scooby-Dee. So cute. You know, though, I think I have seen online a Scooby-Doo family tree, maybe by a fan. I want to say it was like in a wiki or something, that is more detailed than this, than has more family members. But I would have to go digging around to look that up. But, so maybe this is like the abbreviated version of Scooby's family tree, I don't know. But then you get into Friends, Dino-Mod and Blue Falcon, Speed Buggy, you know, these were other shows produced by that same team. And then, like 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo introduced a couple different characters. Vincent Van Ghoul, voiced by Vincent Price. There was Flim Flam, there was Weird and Bogle. So they throw in some other stuff. Batman and Robin were in some episodes of an earlier series of Scooby-Doo. Top 10 Eats. And then you get into the characters, and they categorize them by certain certain labels, like these are aliens and bots. I love that guy from the original series, the spooky space kook. And by the way, when you see the critters from the original series, they tend to have larger play like this. They tend to have a whole page. It's not 100%. But I noticed that as I paged through it yesterday that the original critters of the 1969 series have a little bit larger play. And you'll notice that there is, spoiler alert, the alias of each one. Like this one was Henry Bascombe in that episode. Spooky Space Kook. So you have the alias of each one too. So anyways, I was saying aliens and bots is this section. Then you go on to Beasts and Monsters here. There's the Snow Ghost. That's another good one. Another good episode. Beasts and Monsters. And they even have the nice little label on the side here. So Crooks and Criminals. Mystery Inc.'s Top 10 Road Trips. That's fun. Number 10 is Oceanland. Number 1, can you guess? Can you guess? It is the malt shop, of course. We always saw the malt shop, right? That's where you get food. Demons and Ghosts. And then we go on to, that's a big section, Demons and Ghosts, of course. Skeletons, Skeletons and Mummies, Witches and Wizards, Vampires and Zombies. Yeah, and so on and so on. And this is amazing. I am totally going to do this. This is a recipe for Scooby snacks. Kids, you can actually make this with mom at home. And mom, that's another reason this makes a really nice gift for the little Scooby fan in your household. Because, I mean, seriously, flour, oatmeal, sugar, butter, cocoa, eggs, vanilla extract, and walnut extract. That's all it takes to make your own friggin' Scooby snacks. I love that. And then there's an index at the end. So it's very nice. As an adult collector, I would have loved to have seen maybe just in smaller type below each one of these, the name of the episode, when it aired, like which series it was, just like 3 lines down here. That to me would have been interesting because I would have been like, oh, Big Bong, the monster, when did he appear? Where can I see this episode? And then it would tell me. But, you know, this, like I said, this is definitely appealing to kids. I'm just speaking as an adult collector. But it is a very nice book, and I do recommend it. So just in time for Christmas and the gift-giving season. All right, well, thanks once again for watching, and keep it tuned to BRBTV for more terrific TV toys.